7:22 now. As we approach the new year, your health and wellness should be a top priority if you're deciding your New Year's resolutions. Here with us today is Dr. Skylar Williams, an internal medicine physician with Toro Health, to talk about some attainable health goals you can reach. And that's the key word here, attainable.
Yeah, as we close out the new year, it only makes sense that we begin to look forward to 2023 and ways that we can better ourselves, both mentally and physically. And, setting New Year's resolutions is a great way to realize health goals. But in order for these goals to have a lasting impact, they need to be accessible, specific, and most importantly, sustainable for you.
Yeah, just jump in, don't dive in head first, but take those baby steps, and especially when it comes to your health. Let's talk about realistic goals when it comes to exercise.
And it's great that, why I see New Year's resolutions not being seen to completion is because they're not really well defined. So like, for example, for exercise, you might want to resolve that you're going to get in better shape, but define specifically and precisely how you'll do that and how that's going to look for you. That's going to help you taking better steps towards your goal. As a physician, we generally recommend that you get 30 minutes of exercise 5 times per week. But that might be hard to achieve if you right now are not currently getting very much exercise. So working your way towards that goal over time by setting limits and finding ways to track your progress to getting there is important to set a goal that you're really going to stick with.
And maybe it doesn't have to be something as I'm going to go to the gym and run on a treadmill for 30 minutes. That might be too hard for some people. Maybe it's as easy as when I go to the grocery store, I'm going to park a little farther away and use that, amount of time to walk into the store.
Absolutely. I talk a lot with my patients about finding the ability to increase your activity during your work day. So whether that's during your lunch break, deciding to take a 30-minute walk, during your hour-long lunch break if you have one, that's a great way to get your steps and activity levels up even during your workday, or even when you park in your garage at work, taking the stairs. That's another way to slowly increase your activity levels.
And similarly with realistic diet goals, don't just say I'm only eating chicken and broccoli every day for lunch from now on. Maybe just take it baby steps and cut out the processed foods.
Exactly. It can be so hard, and I think it works for very few to be able to cut and make big drastic changes like that immediately. So usually when I'm coaching patients on health goals, I talk with them about reducing things in half. So let's say your goal is to drink less carbonated drinks or sodas. Start by assessing how often you drink those during the week as a starting place, and then scaling back in half. So if that's something you enjoy 3 times a week, it becomes a treat once a week. I find that's an easier way to make a goal that you're going to stick with.
And when it comes to creating health goals for yourself in the new year, it's not just all diet and exercise. We forget about sleep. That's a huge part in our health.
Is so very important. The goal is really to get at least 7 hours of sleep at night. The best ways to ensure that you're striving towards that goal is by being consistent, and that includes on the weekdays as well as weekends, going to bed at a consistent time frame, waking up at a consistent time. Those are the best ways to promote your sleep cycle and help you to work towards getting that 7 hours of rest a night.
We're all out of time here, Dr. Williams, but you also mentioned real quick that an important one is scheduling all those annual doctor appointments, and again, just taking baby steps when it comes to making those changes for your health in the new year.
Yeah, an annual physical exam is a great way to get an overall health assessment from a healthcare professional. I find it's an easy way to make plans and set goals for the new year. So if you haven't scheduled your annual physical or don't have a general provider, that's a great first step to take, especially as we look into 2023.
All right, Dr. Williams, thank you so much for being here with us. All good advice as we enter into 2023. Thanks for being here.